What's going on, everyone? It's Anthony from River Prep Center, and in this video, I'm going to be going over how billing works and how our pricing system works. So, I'm going to get started with billing. So, our standard way of billing is via Stripe, and you will have a credit card on file that's automatically billed. The way our billing system works is it's like a bar tab. So, we don't charge you until we ship out your units, and then once we ship out your units, we open the tab, and then for the next 14 days, the tab is open. On the 14th day, the tab gets closed, and then your credit card that you have on file will be charged via Stripe. We do charge a credit card surcharge of 3%. Now, if you are a higher volume account with us, and you want to pay via ACH or Wire, we can offer you that as well, or Zelle, and that will waive the 3% fee. But we will only do that if your invoices are over $1,000. If they're over $1,000, we can add a custom process for your account where we will manually close the invoice, and then we'll send you over the total, and then you will just have to pay that within the next few days. And then once we receive the payment, we will mark it as paid, and then we can do that. But that's only for clients that are having invoices over $1,000. Um, I think that's pretty much all. Um, you can view an itemized list. If you do Stripe, our standard process, you'll get an invoice from Stripe, and you'll also get an invoice from our dashboard. When we bill you, no matter what method you use, you'll get an invoice from us, from Irva Prep, and then you'll also get another invoice from Irva, but it's through Stripe. One is through our dashboard, and one is through Stripe. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You can view a history of all of your paid invoices on your billing page on the dashboard, and then yeah, you can view your current open tab on the dashboard as well. If you go to billing, it'll show you the current total. So if you have pending inventory with us, you'll be able to see. And yeah, let's go over our pricing. So I'm not gonna name any specific rates for our pricing because our rates can change in the future. So if you guys look at this video in a year, I don't want it to be super outdated. However, our current pricing structure works by charging a fee depending on your sourcing method, and then depending on your fulfillment method, and then depending on your volume. So our most common pricing is FBA and WFS for online arbitrage. Our standard pricing for that, we have one price for under 1,000 units per month and another price for over 1,000 units per month. And then you can view the pricing on our website on irvaprep.com. And then you go to the service, so you would go to FBA and WFS and then pricing. So yeah, we try to make our pricing structure very simplistic. I'm friends with a lot of prep center owners, and a lot of them tend to make it somewhat complicated. So they'll have like a very low base price, but then they'll have a bunch of extra fees. With us, like that rate that you're paying is like your normal standard rate. Like there's not going to be many fees added on top of that unless you do a special process like a multi-pack, a bundle, or like sneakers, for example. We do have some extra fees. Those are listed on our website, but it's not as complex as other prep centers. If anything, it's one of the most simplistic pricing structures out of any prep center. We also charge a lower rate for wholesale, and a big confusion that we've had recently is people sending us 20 units and claiming it's wholesale, right? So we really clarifying whether stuff is wholesale or not is up to our discretion. If it's coming in via a pallet and it's not from an online retailer, like it's from a wholesale distributor, then we're gonna consider it wholesale. But if it's like very high volume, but it's like SPD, we can still consider it wholesale. But like if you're shipping us one box and it's like 50 units, we're not going to consider that wholesale. The reason why we give lower rates for wholesale is because it's quicker for us. We take the pallet and we ship it out as we're prepping it, right? So if it's like a box with 50 units, we can't do that same process with that. If you have any questions regarding on if something is going to be considered wholesale or not, please open a ticket and I'll clarify. But like if you're like a smaller account and you're just opening like maybe these really small accounts with distributors where you're only buying 20 or 30 units, you are going to fall under online arbitrage pricing, not wholesale. I was thinking about implementing a volume minimum of like 500 or 1,000 units per month to even qualify for wholesale pricing, but for now that's not the case. Maybe it'll be the case in the future. Um, but yeah, we charge for multi-packs and bundling. We charge extra for sneakers. We charge extra for bubble wrapping, and then we charge extra for oversized. But those are pretty much our only extra fees. Currently, we also charge extra for boxes. We don't reuse boxes. I'm against this. Um, when the box arrives to you, it's already been through the shipping process. So if we ship that box out again to Amazon, there's a small chance that the box could get damaged because we used to reuse boxes. But the issue we had is we had some issues with items being lost when they arrived to the fulfillment center, and then we checked the pictures of the shipping box and it was completely damaged by UPS because the box isn't as sturdy. But yeah, that's a little bit more information about our pricing and billing.